Hey, John.
Hey, Mare.
What are you up to?
We just got into the 2-minute warm-up, but I don't know. It might be less than 2 minutes.
Just because you ran down 4 flights of steps and back up, why are you breathing heavy?
I'm okay.
All right, your face is all red.
Your face is red?
I needed a cough drop, and he could have hurried a little bit more. He said we had 3 minutes till we went on, and he wasted his time walking down 4 flights of steps and back in.
1 minute.
Now, if he ran, he could have had plenty of
We're
time.
getting hearts already.
Oh, thanks for all the hearts, guys. Hi, everybody. Here we are in the, what do we have? I'm trying to look.
2-minute warm-up.
I can.
But we're not in. It's less than a minute. Hi, Candy. Good to see you.
We're in the.
Yes, you are at the right time. Marilyn's said to shake up our times, so they're been shooken up. Shooken, not stirred, or I don't know,
Yeah,
whatever
shaken,
that
not
phrase.
stirred. That's the martini or something.
Yeah, something like that. Hi, Krista. Good to see you. Good to see you, Candy.
Yeah, crazy life. But he could have run and gone down 4 flights and come
Thanks
back
for
up
sprinkling, Krista.
in less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, my days of running are over.
If he tried. Right?
Right. 9 o'clock.
Whoop! Time to start. Isn't this exciting? Well, hey, this is Marilyn and John with Done By Me coming to you live from Magnolia Hall on the Delaware. That's the warm-up. So now it's the real one. Hey, it's Marilyn and John with Done By Me coming to you live from Magnolia Hall on the Delaware in the snow.
Oh, right. I forgot.
It's
Hi,
snowing.
Martha. Good to see you. I don't know. You think the camera should go up a little bit?
Maybe, yeah.
We're going to have the camera go up just a little bit,
Close
guys.
your eyes. Oh, and that table shows.
You always have to over-adjust because then it comes back down. Hi, Debbie. Good to see you. Hi, Cheryl. Good to see you.
So you see, there's that little table that John said, do we need it for the sewing room?
Hi, Harley. Good to see you.
He painted it white, and it's now up here. I think I'm
Hey,
going to...
it's Giselle. Good to see you, Giselle, from Your Craft Cottage. Are you
Hey.
going to tell her that?
Well, wait until we get... I wanted to ask you some stuff, Giselle. But,
Candy says that's the way to get some vim and vigor into your intro.
yeah.
Vim and vigor. I haven't heard that in a while.
Yeah. But I was going to ask
Sarah
just...
from Sweetwater Trading. Hi, Sarah. Good to see you. No, Tara.
Tara.
Hi, Tara.
Hey, Tara.
Well, anyway, hey, it's welcome everybody, and you're in the Stand Tall Crafting group, and thanks again, Krista, for inviting us along. As I always say, it's a privilege and honor to be here, and we appreciate it. And here we are, being the caboose again, so that's fun, and we always look forward to it. We hope you had a chance to watch the other crafters. If you didn't, catch them on their replays. Remember, it's a free group, so join the group and have fun.
Yeah, so, John, how does it feel now that I'm cleaning out some of the stuff in the front hallway?
Tara said her internet's spotty, but she's trying to watch.
Oh.
Hi, Arlene. Good to see you. Well, whatever you catch is great. What did you ask me about the front
I've
hall?
been collecting things since before COVID. We had 3 family weddings.
Giselle said, ask away, Marilyn.
Oh, I'll ask you that first. So, I had, this was my great-great-grandparents' house. My great-grandfather was born in here, in this house where we're living now. And it's a 1789 farmhouse, if people are just learning that. But my great-great-grandparents lived here in the 1800s, and my great-grandfather was born in this house. But my great-great-grandmother had a sister that wasn't married. She lived with them, too. So my great-great-grandmother and her sister had several brothers, but the one brother was a stonemason, marble mason, and took over his father's business, but he lived in Lenox, Massachusetts. That's what I was telling you, near Edith Wharton. and Edith Wharton wrote a book about him. His house is now a B&B, and a friend of mine went and checked it out when she was going up to Maine. But I don't know how many great uncles that would make, like 3 greats. I'm not sure. But my great-great-grandmother and her sister, one of the brothers, lived near Edith Wharton, and she wrote The Age of Innocence about him. So I just thought that was really interesting, since it's in your hood, Lenox, Massachusetts. Because that's like a totally different state from us.
So were you going to ask her if she was aware of that?
No, just to tell her, because I said was Lenox near her, and that's why I was asking.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, I loved everybody's projects today. They were really fun. I enjoy watching everybody. I did miss Kelly today because I had a little...
Giselle says, oh my gosh, my husband grew up in Lenox.
Oh, really? Oh, that's funny. So he probably knows the house, and it's the Struthers, and I want to say it's William Struthers, and
Hi, Linda Farmer.
yeah, it's
good
now
to see you.
a pretty nice bed and breakfast, my friend said, and I offered for her Christmas gift to pay for her to stay there, but she said that was way more generous of a gift than she would expect to give. So I don't know what it costs. I thought it wouldn't be that expensive, but she said it was. But they did give her a tour. I called ahead, and the people that lived there gave her a tour. So anyway, yesterday, and I'm all into the family since we bought this house.
Giselle says she's going to ask him if he knows of the home.
The Struthers.
That would be cool. It was the Struthers home?
Struthers home, and The Age of Innocence was written. He was friends with Edith Wharton, and she wrote that book about him. I guess that was the 1800s.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's... and he's buried in Laurel Hill Cemetery. They had a house in Jekyll Island also.
Hi, Ada. Good to see you.
But this was the one we made yesterday in the teacup. And I've been collecting all these things. We had 3 big family weddings. Well, actually 4 that were scheduled. One
Hi,
actually
Jan. Good to see
happened
you.
pre-COVID. One happened, but one didn't happen, and 2 happened. Thanks for the hearts, guys. And 2 happened, and we're housebound basically because of my health. I have a lot of health issues.
Hi, Santa. Good to see you.
So anyway, I've been stockpiling all these things for gifts. I was going to make all this stuff, like these fancy pin cushions and some things for gifts. So I was going to lead into something, but I already told you what it was. But I was going to ask you what project, what I was going to be, but I already kind of gave way. So anyway, now that
Hi, Kathy.
I'm working
Good to see
on
you.
this sewing room, I decided it was a big Gomer pile in the hallway. Like, we have a real long hallway downstairs on the first floor. And at one end of it, I had this pile of things that were going to be all these gifts for people. And that's what I'm trying to clear up, get through that stuff. So I made that pincushion yesterday. And this was supposed to be the surprise, but I just spoiled it, you know, the guessing game of the project. But they're just papers I have. And I thought this would have made a beautiful shower gift for a wedding. It's an old shoe, and it's not marked or anything, but it's a pretty good size. When you say about 9 inches, John?
Yep.
It's a pretty good size shoe. So, I want all these to be like usable pin cushions. So that's why I decided to use those, the wool.
Hi, Bernice. Good to see you. BB Crab.
Yeah, hi, Bernice. I'm sorry if I don't say hi. I have so much on my crazy mind, and I'm exhausted. I've been up and down the steps literally probably 30 times today.
Thanks for sprinkling, Bernice.
I'm going to fill it with crumpled paper just so my stuff doesn't fall through. And this was another gift I had given John. I should have let you see, but you saw they were pictures like that. He and I took an acrylic painting class. That was one of his gifts. I guess that was a Valentine gift, maybe.
Yeah, that was fun.
And we really had a good time, and I bought him all the paints and the stuff for both of us. And I had to get 2 of each size brush and all because we're in the same class, and rather than try to share a brush and all. So anyway, they were drawings or pictures that we were to draw. So at the time, I ordered these wool dryer balls. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
And I thought they were good for as far as putting in here and actually being able to put pins. If you stuff it, like I stuffed this with polyfill, it's not really the best thing for the pins, for taking them in and out and for using. So I had bought these. And then I'm going to make and use some other things that I had. So I wanted this to fit pretty good, and I wanted this to be such a beautiful wedding gift, shower gift. And I had this, and I think it looks like it was part of a wedding veil, but I don't know, or it's just fabric that I had. But I thought that looked really beautiful. And so what I was going to do was put that in here first. And I don't know, I know everybody probably, when they get their gift, they're like, what the heck, another handmade gift. Some folks that were previously known as my family had expressed that they didn't want any of my handmade gifts. And so a lot of times when I go to make something, so I have this. A lot of times when I go to make something, I question whether the person receiving it would be happy with it. So I had this, which was, it says it was fabric, and I don't know where I acquire all this stuff, but it looks like one of those beautiful bedspreads. Let me hack off a piece and then I'll hold it up. They're pinking shears. And sorry, I have a cough drop in my mouth. Sometimes I have a little issue at night. But it looks like these. Does anybody know what those
Sarah says homemade is the best. Carla says, hey Carla, good to see you. She says, I love handmade gifts. They are way better than store-bought. I know you guys need to be in Mayor's family.
Yeah, I need to
Carly
adopt.
says she got dryer balls today. She's ready to make her pin cushion.
Yeah, I just find that the pin
Krista
stayed
says,
in
I
it.
would love one of your handmade gifts. They are all beautiful.
Oh, well, thank you. You guys always say nice things. That's why I said today, Krista, it's so wonderful to be part of a community
Arlene
that...
says, that's not nice. Your family doesn't want your... That's her past family, though.
That was my past family.
Arlene's sticking up for you. She says, you don't deserve that.
Yeah.
Hi, Judy. Good to see you. No, she doesn't deserve that.
Yeah,
but that's a family from the past.
Yeah, that's an ex-family. I guess that's how you say it. But they said, no, they had a gift exchange. And when they pulled names, you know people were horrified when they got me. So this looks like, let me hold it up first. It looks like there's really beautiful, expensive bedspreads. It's got a texture. I don't know whether you can see on it. So it's like tone on tone.
Candy says, it's the biggest hurt ever, isn't it? As it makes you doubt if and who would treasure your time.
Yeah.
My favorite gifts are what people spend their time to make you something.
Yeah,
And he
and
says, I love your crafts.
thanks. I don't want to put glue.
Hi, Dina Marie. Good to see you. She said it would be an honor to get anything you made.
I'm not going to thank you guys. I'm not going to put glue on here because then it affects how the pin sticks into this.
Yes, it does, Candy. Carla and Senna say beautiful.
And it's a shame, by the time I met John's mother, she did a lot of neat crafts, and when I go through some of this stuff, actually we might have one or two things that she made, but some of the weird crafts that I did, she had done also, but when I met her, she already had a lot of health issues, and I didn't really get to, and she was blind. But I had made her a couple things because I figured she could feel them. I made her a basket for Easter, remember, and candies and things like that.
Hi, Fredna. Good to see you.
That was a little bit challenging to give her gifts, but John would always say, if she knew you back in the day, you two would have had so much fun together.
Definitely.
But his mom took a lot of classes and did a lot of the crafts that were popular in like the 60s and 70s. Crewel work. Did you guys all do the crewel work? And and this is like a good scrap. We can't throw that away. We'll just put it down here and then. But it reminds you of, I think they're called Matelassé. I think, is that bedspread called Matelassé, John?
Yeah, I'm not going to know that.
Well, somebody here will know it.
Yeah, your friends will know it, not I.
My friends will know it. I think it's called Matelassé. When I had my friend that lived to be over 100, she knew all that stuff. She and I would have nice conversations together.
Candy said, you may have met me at the right time in your life, but you did miss that golden time with my mom.
Yeah.
Carla says, I've always given handmade gifts because it was all I could do, but everyone seemed to appreciate them. They might have just been trying to be polite. Well, hopefully not, Carla.
Well, my dad was very tall, and my younger brother was even taller. And so I made them back in the day, and as I come through, if I find some, I'll show them to you. I made, for a business, I made, and I'm trying to get that down in there. So I want this to fit down in here. We are getting all these beeps.
That's Marketplace.
Oh. So I'm going to put glue in here around the edge. Put some glue sticks in here. And it's funny hearing everybody with crafts. I'm laughing to John. I said everybody's always saying, oh, I'm moving my room, I'm getting more storage, I'm getting a storage unit, I'm doing all this stuff. Everybody's got the same issues. Too much stuff. And it's just funny to hear, but it makes you feel so good that everybody's in the same position. So I'm just trying to force this in here and get it to stay. But I've been having so much fun cleaning out, and if I were doing it by myself, it wouldn't be much fun. But knowing that I'm going to share everything with you guys makes it very, very exciting. Knowing that I can't wait to show you, and I'm telling John, and I'm pulling stuff as I'm finding it, because I want you to see some of the different things I've made over the years.
Candy says, knee deep in crafting treasures, right?
Yeah, it's fun to hear, though. Everybody's got the same thing. And particularly, like there's some people that just knit, and that's really wonderful, and they can make these beautiful sweaters, and they get really proficient. I want this to dry, so here. But I had thought this was a beautiful shower gift. To me, it looks so wedding-y. And if I choose to change this, I'll be able to just put some heat to it and undo the glue. So I have all this lace left, so let me keep that separate. So now I have the lace, and I wanted it to look kind of wedding veil-ish.
Yes, Jan, it is snowing. I think we have an inch by now, I think, Jan. How about you?
Oh, that's Jen.
Busser.
Yeah, lives in North Jersey. Yeah, I don't think she lives all that far, because one time I think I Googled the town. Yeah, now you can figure everything out. You can Google the town or Google where people live, and they tell you, and then you can find out, oh, they're like 2 hours away, or they're really close. And we live in the suburbs of Philadelphia, but in New Jersey on the Delaware River. So now I have, I had so much fun because I felted another piece of wool. So this was a piece of wool that I had. It was bigger, and I put it in boiling hot water and a little bit of soap and really rubbed it, and then I put it, wrung it out, and I put it in the dryer. So it's not as felted as I would have liked it to be.
Jan says they're not getting much there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I guess it's more a southern storm. Hi, Nelda. Good to see you.
Yeah, down the shore they're supposed to have.
Hi, Julie. Good to see you. I'm so sorry to hear that.
And so it shouldn't ravel.
Theirs is supposed to be 4 to 8 inches, but she doesn't think it's started yet. She's going to go look.
Who said that?
Candy.
Oh. Candy's in Wisconsin, is she?
I know.
I think
Iowa.
Iowa?
I think. I forget. Jan says I'm west of the entrance to the GW Bridge, about 20 minutes. Yeah, I think you're. I don't think north is getting snow. I think you're right, Jan.
We're in the suburbs
Hi, Carol.
of
Good to see you.
Philadelphia. So right across the river is Pennsylvania from us.
Yeah,
Iowa.
And it's not snowing yet. Well, good. Maybe it won't.
Maybe you won't get that.
I think we're only supposed to get 1 to 3 anyway.
Is that all
Southern Jersey's supposed to get 3 to 6.
So I'm doing what I did the other day, if you remember. And John can pass me. Oh, I was going to say pass me the one from the other day, but I thought this would be fun. So I felted the wool. It makes it a little sturdier. This was kind of thin weight wool. And I felted it, and that'll keep it from raveling a lot also. So any of the wools you can, that's 100% wool, you can felt.
Yeah, I know. Some things I can remember and some things I can't, Candy.
Yeah, you were going to...
I was thinking it was Iowa, but...
Remember back in the day when John was going to make a map and he had stuff written down,
yeah, that's what
and
she's teasing me about.
He kept a notebook and he was going to do all this stuff.
Carol says the clouds are rolling in for more snow here.
Oh boy.
They had a beautiful day today, but it was cold.
Yeah, it was dreary here today, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was cloudy all day.
I was up here. That sounds like a song. I'm on the range. I was up here all day, and you think, how much mess can this woman have that she's working weeks up here? But I'm up and down the steps trying to put stuff away, and it's, you could hear it on the roof.
No, that's the thing.
It's hitting the,
No,
that's the heat.
Yeah, it's doing its thing. It has to take a break once in a while, and then it starts putting out heat again.
Yeah, are you guys familiar with them? The what's it called, John?
Splits.
Splits.
Santa says the rain's coming in California Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, I heard you might get a lot of.
So I made kind of like a spiral.
Krista wants all that snow, so please share.
Oh, you want snow? And your dog probably likes it.
Judy says theirs looks like 5 days of storms. She hopes the electric stays on.
Yeah, that was
Me
horrible.
too.
That was horrible, Judy. I don't know how you managed.
You don't want that.
I'm just going to roll this up. And if you guys remember, I did a tomato like this. Peeled it and made a rose out of the tomato skin. When I was first cooking for John, he always looked like a deer in the headlights. I'd give him his plate, and I was trying to impress him and make it look like some 5-star restaurant. And he would look like a deer in the headlights, and he would say, "What can I eat on my plate?" Remember that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, if it's on your plate, you can eat any of it.
Yeah, I didn't know.
But I made all these fancy garnishes. I don't know whether you have a Chinese restaurant that's a little bit more elevated than just a take-outy. And in Philadelphia, they have a lot of beautiful, well, there's Chinatown and a lot of nice restaurants in Chinatown. So they're a little fancier than a take-outy restaurant. And I befriended somebody in Chinatown, a gentleman. He was kind of the representative for Chinatown. And he gave me a tour, and then I hired him to give a tour to my students. So I took my students into Philadelphia on a tour and all around Chinatown. And we went into like the seafood restaurant where you get shrimp and lobsters and all. And you go in there, and it's like a cement floor, and in the middle of it's a like a little swimming pool that's only like maybe 1 or 2 cinder blocks high, and not fancy at all, and it's full of water and a filter and all, and there's things swimming around in there. And I'm looking in there, and this woman comes in, and she's all dressed up and beautiful clothes, and I have to loosen this a little bit.
Candy says she was ready to prepare for spring, but winter decided to arrive. But
yeah,
they've been lucky with little snow. That's good.
But this woman's all dressed up. She goes over and she gets a net, like a fishing net, and a bag, and she swoops in and pulls up fishing net full of stuff and dumps, you know, no water, dumps in a little bag and goes up. And I look, I'm like, what the heck is that? And here it was shrimp. Now, how many would recognize a shrimp swimming around in a swimming pool? But it was just really neat. And she was all dressed up. It wasn't like, you know, it was somebody that's coming to like a fishmonger or something. I want to make this kind of loose, and
Hi, Sandy. Good to see you.
Rolled it a little tighter than I want. Let me
She
take
said
it
the
back.
snow hasn't started yet, but they're expecting 6 to 8 inches. The university and all the schools have already been closed.
Oh, wow.
She's ready for spring. What state are you in again, Sandy? Krista says, the more snow, the less mud Paisley brings into my bed between her toes.
Oh, jeez.
Hi, Susan. Good to see you.
Yeah, we're probably not going to have school on
Sandy's in Kansas. Lawrence, Kansas.
and on Friday because of the Eagles parade.
Hi, Sandy. Good to see you.
But anyway, it was just neat to see. And then I'm like, here she's taking shrimp home in a bag. Like, are they taking their last breath as she's carrying them home?
Hi, Cindy's Creations. Good to see you.
It was just very different from what I was used to. And then there was it was even smaller than my sewing room, shop. And they had all this equipment on one side, and you could barely squeeze down the aisle on the one side. And it was so loud, this equipment, cha-chink, 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 cha-chink. And you look, and here it's making fortune cookies. and it was folding them and everything. It was really cool. And you could get a big box. How many fortune cookies were in that box?
Oh,
Couple hundred?
500 or something?
Yeah, like 500.
Some crazy number.
Some number over 100, maybe a couple hundred or 500. And fortune cookies. And it was only like $12 for the box. So you always wonder when you go to restaurants, why are they so cheesy and they only give you one darn cookie? But I used to buy the boxes, and when I did the after-school program, I'd put them out for the kids. I'd get quite a few boxes, and the kids would be so excited taking them. And then I put them out for when the parents came to pick up the little kids, and the parents, I'm like, help yourself, guys. You can take as many as you want, you know, until they're gone. Because I'd buy like 4 or 5 boxes of them and just put them out. And everybody's like, oh, I can't believe you're so generous. So here's the rose, so I hope this is going to be okay. And I just put a lot of glue on the bottom. When I do it like a tomato, I don't use glue. Right, John?
Right, Mayor.
And if you haven't had Jersey tomatoes, nothing better than that. So I have to decide, do I put this big rose in the back? Because it would kind of fit there. Whoop. I think I'll put it back there.
Candy said she made French onion soup for supper. It was mostly cheat as flavor started in one in a package, but I sauteed sliced onions in butter, then the package. Had provolone Swiss cheese slices and made broiled butter toast. It was really better than I expected.
Oh, wow. That sounds yummy.
9:30.
Oh, boy, time flies when you're having fun.
Are you talking about that parade? Or?
Oh, yeah. So Friday, they're having a big parade in Philadelphia. And ever since some of the more recent illnesses, it makes you think about things. And one of the things, I don't know whether you know, trivia, that the Spanish flu, Spanish influenza, I think I read it started in Philadelphia, but if you go to the cemeteries around here, and then this is some rose leaves I pulled off a kind of a trashy garland that I got in a bunch of stuff at a yard sale a while ago, but it had pretty leaves.
Carol loves French onion soup, but she made potato cheese soup for dinner.
Oh boy, that's delicious too. But they were saying in 1918 they were celebrating the end of World War I, and everybody went into Philadelphia just like they're going to on Friday. But I'm sure there's going to be way more people on Friday. And that's what spread. Somebody came with the Spanish influenza and spread all to all these people. And actually when we went through to the cemetery where all my family's buried in Philly, they let me at the time actually handle all the records and all. Now they computerized them and they're not accessible to people. So I have all these trims down here that I pulled out.
No, Arlene, I think to my knowledge it wasn't too bad.
What's that?
Was there damage? A lot of damage in Philly when the crowd spilled out into the streets.
Yeah, well, they broke off some street lights.
But they didn't, I don't think, like
and they
the time
smashed them
before
into...
people were standing up on something and it crashed down, remember?
And yeah.
So I think they were a little more...
subdued.
Yeah,
It
they
still-
paid attention a little bit better, I
It
think.
still was not good. I wouldn't want to be a business person.
Candy said she'll trade some of the French onion soup for your soup.
And I had, these are like little lace collars I found. I was thinking maybe I'll put one of these on. but I'll have to use like the 3-in-1 or the...
It's a deal. They're going to trade soups.
Oh boy. And how are they going to get it to each other?
I know. Wouldn't it be fun if you could just come on over like you say?
And you know, in our children's lifetime, that will happen with all these droids and all. But anyway,
Oh, yeah, that would be funny. You send your soup over in a droid in one of those flying
yeah, it'll
things,
be
right?
like now, like you can order from Amazon. It's here the next day. Well, I think that's going to really get...
Those drones. There's drones.
Drones. Yeah, why did I say droids?
I don't know.
I don't know what a droid is. Drone,
It's from Star Wars.
Oh. But anyway, somebody came to that with the Spanish flu, and that's what spread it. And my great-grandfather actually passed away from that, and he was in his 50s. So we put the rose that we made, and we put that little piece of a lace collar. I told you I go to all those, I used to, I haven't gone in years, but the factory sales, and like Nanette and some of those.
Hearts.
Oh, thanks for the hearts, guys. Put a little more glue in here, and I have to watch. I think this glue is okay with the pins, but I know the hot glue you don't want to put your pin in. But
Carla says beautiful.
yeah, that's how it spread from 1918, and then it spread all over the country from that. But it all stemmed from the parade from, I forget what that was called, started with an A, celebration from the end of world.
Amnesty?
No.
No.
I never am accurate on my stuff, so, but I'm always sure. No. And I had this piece, and I think this looks like it was from a wedding veil or something too, doesn't it? But it was not the same place as the lace, but it was in some of my stuff. But I have so many things I want to show you. I have a collection of old hats. Some were my mom's, some were my grandmom's.
Candy says the first thing she would do is pack her car or truck with some craft stuff and something of, hopefully of something of hers that you don't have, and we could share and craft all day and night. And my granddaughter would be so happy.
Yeah. I remember her granddaughter's all worried
We
that...
always talk about that, don't we?
Yeah. Her granddaughter's so worried that we don't know each other and we're friends.
No, they haven't met.
Yeah, that we haven't met. This I'll have to work with on tangling.
Candy says, and if it's summer, she'll bring her husband and he can help me outside. Carol says it's turning out gorgeous.
Oh, thanks. So I have to see.
That would be fun, Candy.
We'll put a little glue in here. So if you have a good necklace, if you ever wonder about whether it's real pearls or not, first of all, if it were real pearls, they're knotted in between each pearl. And if you make something, a really nice piece of jewelry, and in case it broke so all the stuff doesn't fly off, you knot it in between. My parents had gone to Poland to visit, and
Hi, Denise. Good to see you.
my mother
she says
had...
an armistice.
Yeah,
parade.
Armistice Day. Yeah, thanks. Who said that?
Denise.
Denise, thank you. It's good somebody's smart. But I was just thinking about that today with all the stuff going on. Probably it's not going to be good because they really packed the streets in Philly. So this is all little pearls and really old flowers. But one of the things I want to show you is all the things that I have, the old hats. And then my mother wasn't really one that did crafts or anything. And I don't even know how she found out about this. But she went into Philadelphia when I was young.
Sandy says she thinks she's going to do some crafting while she's snowed in. Thanks for motivating me. She loves the
good.
pin. She loves the pin cushion.
So I put some of those pearls and all these that I'm making, they're all, I put the basket over here. I'll keep adding stuff as I go. When I go back out to the barn, I haven't been out there for a while. I have a lot of supplies out there too. It's really bad, like 70 years of doing crafts. It's amazing how much you can accumulate.
Judy says her lung doctor called, told her to stay out of the Walmart and schools.
Yeah.
Senna says it's a sweet touch. Candy says it's turning out beautiful.
Yeah, I just thought this would have been a neat shower gift for somebody special in my family.
Yeah.
And what?
Judy says, and hospitals.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't go there.
That's what I tell John. You can't hurt yourself because you're not going to the hospital if you get hurt. We'll just stay here and suffer. Just so crazy. But now we're kind of used to being home. I'll tell you the biggest blessing was getting on Facebook here and making so many awesome friends and trying to make a bow, but that doesn't look good. But I've made so many wonderful friends and all that, and being part of the crafting community has really gotten us through being here in isolation, I guess I would almost say, wouldn't you?
Pretty much so.
Pretty much isolation. So typically, I would have ironed this ribbon, but since I want this to look really old-fashioned and all, this was in the crumpled stuff. And I'm trying to make a little bow that I can put.
Judy says, yep, we're all hidden in here wanting the same.
Yep.
In Facebook, I think she means.
Yeah. Yeah, Facebook has really been a blessing for many people. Trying to get these little guys in here. I don't know whether it looks so shiny, whether you can see.
Denise says, and you still like each other?
Yeah. Yeah, John and
Absolutely.
John and I being trapped in the house. In the beginning, I remember sometimes before we went live, we would be so angry with each other. And, you know, John worked. I was single for years. John had been married and his wife had passed away. But
okay, Angie, take care.
I had been single for
Thank you.
many years. But, you know, when you're older and you get together with somebody, it's very different. And I have all this old seam binding from back in the day. You know, I used to buy at all the house sales and all. And it's all this, it says rayon, taffeta, seam binding. But they're the true deal of old stuff. But in the beginning, you know, John was working all those years that we were together, and so it was different. And then all of a sudden, John's home, and it was a big adjustment. Right, John? But we would be so angry with each other over some trivia thing, and then we would come on the live and have a good time, and when we got off, we had forgotten that we were angry. Then later, I'm like, wasn't I angry with you? And I'm just such a Paisley person. I just love Paisley. And this is a tone-on-tone with the Paisley, and I thought I would make a little yo-yo to put on here. I have so many trimmings and different colors of whites and off-whites. What?
Hearts.
Oh, thanks for the hearts, guys. I even cleaned off my little container. Oh, and I didn't keep the pen I wanted, I don't think. Well, it's going to be this.
Oh, jeez. Candy says her 92-year-old friend's daughter took her to the doctor today, and he sent her to the ER. 7 hours later, they admitted her. 7 hours later.
Oh, yeah, that's like
They
around
started
here.
IV and diuretics and antibiotics. She's also on 24/7 oxygen.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
we'll put her on the prayer list. I'll remember Rita. Thanks, Candy.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
Yeah, when you go in, then they find out all this stuff that you didn't know was going on. You're dehydrated, your vitamin D is down, your iron's down.
Ada loves Paisley, too.
Oh, does she? Yeah, I just really love Paisley. My first dress that I made, my grandmother took me into Philadelphia to buy the fabric. And where did I put? I have a threaded needle here. To buy the fabric, and
Hey, Linda G. Good to see you.
I remember her. I picked out
Hi,
a
Jeannie.
fabric,
Good to
and
see
it
you.
was like
Jeannie
a pink.
Francis.
Oh, hi, Jeannie. It was like a pink and lavender paisley, and you still see that fabric in the stores. And I made that dress, and in 5th grade wore it on my class trip.
15 minutes.
Oh boy, how did it go so fast? Not going to get this finished, and there's a couple other things I wanted to show you, but I'll have to do them in little snippets because I have a few things I wanted to show you, and then it'll take quite a few times to get through all this stuff I want to show you in this room, all my different crafts, and a lot of them you probably never even heard of or seen or maybe heard of, but I've got the supplies for everything possible. I did think I was going to move my cross-stitch stuff into a container and put it in the basement for now, thinking that
Yes.
I might not be doing cross-stitch again. It's getting, the count is too small.
I know. I heard that on the news, too, Jan,
What was that?
about how bad the flu is.
Yeah, New Jersey, it's really supposed to be the worst it's ever been.
Candy says, can you stay after school and finish it up?
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm really excited. And like I said, everything, like over here, I have fabric that's like from the 40s. It's called bark cloth, and I thought you would enjoy hearing a little bit about that. I used to collect that and make a lot of things, and then behind me is just a lot of different holiday stuff, but over here are the remnants of when I made all those pillows. I told you we sold close to 1,000 pillows a year, and it was all this decorator fabric. And when we were moving the last time, there was like a, I don't know whether you say secret or a small group of buy-nothings, or no, not buy-nothings, but like a yard sale, and it was only for people in the community, and you had to know people to get into it, and you felt pretty secure. And I just had the ladies come up, and they bought all the fabric off the shelves right in my sewing room, which was on the 3rd floor of that house. Yeah, it was on the 3rd floor. But it was a really, really big, really, the whole size of the house, the 3rd floor, and that was my sewing room. But ladies came right up and shopped right in the house. And when I was ready to move, I didn't want to take, because we weren't sure at that point where we were going or what we were doing, and I just sold a lot of the furniture. People just came right in and bought it out of the house and carried it out, and John came home and he's like, oh, where were the wing chairs that were here? I'm like, oh, some couple came and bought them, they carried them out. It was kind of a funny experience. But if you don't know people, or you know, a regular marketplace. You don't want people, strangers, coming in your house. But this was all like a screening process to be part of that. So I'm just making a little yo-yo. I don't know why, I just really like the yo-yos, and I'll show you a lot of projects again with that I've done. But I thought it's kind of fun to see all different things. Like,
Hi, Linda W. Good to see you.
so I want to try to fill in around the gaps. I thought about putting, where did I put it? I thought about putting, like this cording. You know, you cover this with fabric, like when you're doing upholstering and all. And I said to John, I'm not going to ever upholster a piece of furniture again. What were we talking about? And I'm like, I should get rid of that. We have all the... I told you I'm never going to be great at anything, but anything that came along that I had the opportunity to learn.
Candy says, do you have an art light with magnifying glass? She just saw the cutest little Christmas stocking with cross stitch on them. They were so precious, only 2 inches long. So sweet. A friend finished a 2-decade project, probably 1 to 2 dozen.
Wow. I made, and I found I didn't finish, I made those, what's the name of the company? Because now they're collectible and they're mid-century, called mid-century modern. But you would get it, it was a kit. Oh, I wish I could think of it. You'd buy the kit and it was like felt, all different colors, and stuff was like printed on it, and you cut on the lines and you made stuff, and there was sequins and beads, and then you sewed it together. Oh, what was that company called? And I heard now that that's those things are really collectible, and the kits, if they weren't done, are highly desirable. And I was going to make all Disney tree, and I made all this stuff, and I still had like maybe 6 more ornaments to make, but it took like all year to make the ornaments. And I was hoping that one of my kids would want that.
Judy says, do you still have stuff downtown selling?
No, we pulled out. Our contract was up in, when, November?
October 1st.
October 1st, and we pulled out. So this was just a little bit of trim. And I think I'll put a button on top of that. And funny, as organized as things have gotten, I'm still, I don't know whether I can pick this up. Yeah, I guess I can. Buttons are so heavy. I have all these old sewing kits. Again, I'll show them to you when we go around the room.
Sandy says she did a few Christmas ornaments with that felt and sequin, and she has them from childhood.
Yeah, or they call it Dimension. But I left all, like, all these sewing boxes and all, I left them as I bought them. And they have all kinds of fun things in them. And I have a million containers of buttons. Now, I had that one big bucket of buttons that at one point I did dump some of the containers in years ago. But all these I've left in separate containers. I thought it's kind of fun. And you see all this crazy stuff, like, what the heck is this? Almost looks like a little wishbone. But I want to put a button in there. And then put the little bow on top of it.
Linda G says, wow, that's a box of buttons.
Yeah, and I probably have 20 of these. And they're so...
And they're heavy.
Yeah, they're really heavy.
You wouldn't think.
No, John carried that one big tub up. The same with the jewelry stuff, the beads and all. Of course, John has things on Marketplace, and if you heard that,
News flash.
oh, you hear like we're ready to go to bed at night at like 12:05 and somebody reaches out. Is that still available? And then John says, yes, are you interested? And then they ghost you after that. And it's like, really, at 12:05, you needed to know that right away?
Candy says she has a mix of buttons like that also.
Yeah, they're so
Linda
much
W
fun.
says, I love sorting buttons.
Yeah, it's just so much
You could
fun.
be here for days and weeks sorting buttons.
But that's what makes it fun, doesn't it?
Right. Exactly.
And this, like I said, I don't know what it was from. It was in one of my boxes of stuff. And I'm just putting, because these aren't knotted, I'm just putting some hot glue on here and letting that dry, and then I can cut it and they won't all fly all over. And don't use your sewing scissors for cutting. But it's just fun. Whoop, that didn't hold it that time. I didn't let it cool enough, I guess. But it's fun to go down memory lane, and a lot of this stuff I haven't seen for years and years. So I'm really enjoying. And a lot of stuff I feel I never sold before in my life. John will say something, I'm like, that's not mine. I never sold that. Like when I lost my casserole dish. If you remember that. There's other stuff, but that I wanted to make for here, but I won't get to that today.
5 minutes.
Yeah. I want this to look very Victorian with the lace and very wedding-ish. And I think I'll put some little pearls around. I'll go back and put some little, the little pearls on the lace and all. And there's so much more to put on here, John.
Getting hearts.
Thank you for the hearts, guys. And like I said, I want to leave this open so it can be used for a pin cushion.
Jan says, very pretty.
Thank you.
Carla says, gorgeous. She loves it.
But I'll come back on and do like a snippet and finish it. And I had a couple things I wanted to make that are a little bit different and Victorian to go on here too.
More hearts.
Oh, thanks for the hearts, guys. Thank you.
Oh, it does look Victorian. She loves it.
But I was all excited to make it, and then I had all this other stuff, and then
More hearts.
oh, thanks. I had, like, I was in a group of ladies that got together, and I'm like, oh, we'll all make pin cushions, so I had all this stuff, and it's all in my hallway, and I said once and for all, we're going to get it all cleaned up and get settled in here. We never really totally settled in. But I still have so much more to put on here. And I want to put those pearls. And I have all these really sweet little buttons. And I think I'll put some more pearls like in here and all. So what do you think, guys? If you can see it. But I thought this looked like a beautiful wedding shoe. And then I have, I wish I could find hat pins.
More hearts.
Even at the flea market. Now, we haven't gone for quite a while because we decided that I was...
Lots of hearts.
Thanks for the hearts, guys.
Well, we thought it was even too risky with even it.
Yeah, and now see where I put the...
Says absolutely beautiful. Carla loves it.
I was going to put
Sandy
this in
says
here,
very
but
pretty.
there's hot glue. I glued that button
Linda
and
W
won't go
says
through.
it's lovely. Candy says it's wonderful.
So would you like
Hey.
me to come on for a snippet, and
Linda G loves the pin cushion. Arlene says it's beautiful. It's about 2 minutes. Thanks everybody for joining us at the Stand Tall Crafting Group. Thanks, Krista, for inviting us along. We always enjoy being here. I know Marilyn always looks forward to it as well, and she has fun as well as I. And thanks everybody for joining us, and don't forget to join the group. It's a free page. Check out the other crafters, check the replays. And hey, Marilyn says we've been stuck somewhere with the numbers. If you can do something to help us, I don't know what number it is, but try to push us up over that number, that would be, we've been stuck in a number for like a couple of months.
for followers, yeah.
But anyway, Candy says, yes, come back for finishes. And Susie says, beautiful. You have all the great supplies. And thank you, Krista. Senna says, yes, love all you do. Arlene says, yep, look forward to your snippets. Lots of hearts, less than a minute.
Yeah, I'll come back. I don't know when.
Night,
we'll
Carol.
see how it's going. I just put a couple little pins on there, if you could see, with the I think they're boutonniere pins. But I'll come back because there are a couple different things I want to make for this.
Still
and
works.
we'll finish it. And let me put these in. I get all stressed out.
Hi, Laura. Good to see you. She says she loves you, Mayor.
Oh, thank you. Love you too. We'll finish this up, and I have a little Victorian art, which I haven't seen anybody do, and I thought it would be kind of fun to show you.
10 o'clock, Mayor.
Oh, okay. So I'll do that because I want to put that on here. So I'm not sure when we'll come on. I'm still working, and I can't wait to start giving you the tours. So that's coming up also. So thanks so much, guys. Thanks, Krista, for including us in your event. We really appreciate it. And we love being part of the community. Thank you.
Take care, everybody. Good night.
Thanks, everybody.
Stay safe.